So this was a really unusual summer. We have our chickens, and as you can see, they're settling in really nicely, and we love having them. Here in Vermont, it's been so rainy, and so we've had such devastation with some of the flooding, and luckily where we are, we haven't personally experienced it, but it's just been so bad for so many people. And so that's been something that just kind of colors the whole summer. And with all the rain, the garden itself is it's not as good as it's been in past years. But, you just have to remember to be thankful for everything that you have. Because you just don't know what's going to happen from day to day. And everything that we do have is such a gift.
Brothers and sisters, you can still stand tall. Just be thankful, hey, for what you got.
And it's beautiful weather today, and so I'm going to spend some time showing you around the garden, because it's really the first time all summer that we've been able to be outside and really walking around and taking in what's been going on out here. So I hope you'll stay with me while I take a quick tour through our little garden. Here we are. I'm heading over to, there's our echinacea, which is doing pretty well this year. And my favorite time of year is when the goldenrod appears. It's just so gorgeous, and there's bees surrounding this beautiful plant. We have so many pollinators out in the garden. Those pink lilac-y kind of flowers attract so many pollinators. And we also have had this is the first year our roses bloomed, although they're kind of dying back now. But it was really a thrill to see those beautiful roses. And these interesting spear flowers, they're kind of like ombre. They look really interesting to me. And here's the echinacea, which I just made a tincture that I'll show you in a bit. Here's our beautiful echinacea. I'm going to make another tincture as well. Love it for the winter months. This is an area where the chickens love to run and hide because it's so shady. They love to be under the low plants. And it's so peaceful. It's just such a great place to be on a beautiful day, even on a not so beautiful day. So I'm going to go over to let the chickens out. You can take a look at them and see them in their little habitat. Mark made a beautiful swing for them, which a lot of times they'll come out, they'll be sitting on there swinging. Oops, they're heading back inside. Take a look inside and see what they're doing. There they are up on their perch. See if I let them out, if they come out. Take a look inside. Any eggs yet? Nope. No eggs yet. We probably can't expect eggs for another 6 months or so. But here they go outside. Here's my tomato house, the hoop house, which I posted. I'm going to include in here a little video of what I did. This is such an incredible, we have had such an amazing season. You can't see all the tomatoes on these plants because they're green, and I have actually been pruning these plants consistently, and they are just so thriving in this room, in this hoop house. We have hot peppers and basil growing over here as well. There's a hot pepper. But if you look closely, you can see there's about 350 to 400, maybe more, small tomatoes, and one little red one in there. I don't know if you saw it. There's one ripe one in there. But on this left side, I had put an egg in every single tomato plant, and on this side I didn't. And there's actually a real difference in terms of height and also the production of the plants that we put the egg in. So that's really kind of interesting. Here's the garden. We have these beautiful sunflowers that are just getting ready to bloom. They are so tall and beautiful, and they have just such a beautiful sunny spot right here facing south. And there it is. That'll be a beautiful head in a few days, maybe. We'll get a couple of heads. Here's the zucchini, which looks a little beaten up from all the rain and bugs. We've had so many bugs. I have some yarrow that I'm growing. These are just some nasturtium and some amaranth. The amaranth is so stunning, really beautiful plant. And here we have more amaranth. Look at that. Isn't that just so cool looking and beautiful? So we have amaranth, we have cannellini beans and chickpeas climbing on this trellis, along with some beautiful nasturtium. And here's the other sunflower. Look at this, beautiful. Oh my God, so gorgeous. And there's Shorty. Here's our more zucchini that we planted in early July that just looks so much more vibrant and healthy. So note to ourselves that we're going to plant our zucchini in this particular spot next year in July. And next to it we have cucumber, which is just loving this trellis. Here's my carrots, which are not ready to be harvested yet. Hi, Shorty. Yeah, those need, I think, maybe another month. We have small carrots, but they're not ready yet. We're almost, here's the fennel, and here's some lettuce that's reaching, but the fennel is also reaching near harvest time. I'm starting to really pull it. And we have the beautiful kale here, which has also seen better days. It's getting eaten with all the bugs, but still good and provides us with plenty of salads. It's such a tender kale. I love it. And there's Mark heading to drop driving Max to work. This is the little starter house where we put the seedlings that we're going to be doing for our fall and winter garden. Oh my God, this book. This is the Noma Guide to Fermentation. I'm going to be spending some time looking through here just to get some inspiration about what to make. It's this is such an exciting time of year because the garden is filled with things that can be fermented. I'm looking for ways to maybe make some fermented tomatoes. Definitely going to try some of that. And here's the garden. I'm sitting at our table just drinking my tea and looking out and feeling so much gratitude for this little house that we have on this beautiful little plot of land, and all the joy and richness that being here has brought us. It's hard to believe that just a few years ago we were in Long Island living a really hectic, running around kind of life. Here's some trees that we planted, some apple trees and a cherry tree. And there's our beautiful pine trees in the back. It's just such a peaceful place. Sitting here in the morning is such a blessing. So grateful. Oh, and look at this little worm that kind of came my way. And here's today's harvest. Getting ready to make some lunch. And I'm getting ready to show you some knitting, what's going on with my knitting and what's happening with that. But look at these lettuce. The lettuce here is getting a little wilted. Here's some kale, my beautiful fennel, and some spring onions. And look at that zucchini. So that will make a tasty lunch. Looking for those chicks. Where could they be? They love to hide in the shady spots, as I mentioned, but I don't see them. Looking. Where are they? I bet they're over here. They love this area as well. Under these bushes, it's so shady, and probably tons of bugs and little berries that they can have. And we're going to have to put up fencing to keep them in. But here they are. This is Princess and Pernilla. Pernilla's our Swedish flower. And Princess is the beef elder, the German beef elder. And Shorty can actually hear the little sounds that they're making, so you're going to hear her barking in the background. They're so sweet. Come on, guys, let's go. Come around. Come back. Come back to the house. Come back to safety. And they're running back under the bush.